Yeah, the weather's coming in. We're getting our second lot of rain for the wet. So I just thought I'd take you out and head on over to the liverwort site at the beginning of the season, basically, so you can get to see what it's like now and how the liverworts come back as we head into the depths of the wet sort of thing. Okay, I've because the light is not quite the same, I'm still going out roughly the same time. And I've got it on Adobe now rather than red, green, blue, so we'll see if there's any difference. Still 5 right, 5 down in the colour grid and darkness sort of thing. So anyway, the election's been called. It's been called for the 21st of May, so we'll be going to the polls when we're in the wet, basically, and the Joshua Pray foliars are at their peak for 3 weeks. Yeah. And they're already starting to put out alternative narratives. Like they got this idea that there's a great competition going on over in Western Australia, whereas at the last federal election Labor got in and there were just 2 Liberal seats. So basically you've got 2 people on a moped going around with a pizza box on the back, and they reckon from those 2 candidates they're going to claw back more seats. Yeah, right. After McGowan's kept Rona out for so long, and he was only basically forced to open up the border because Clive Palmer formed an alliance with the Liberals to make a court challenge, basically. So I think people are going to take that into consideration. So, but as I said, it's already, you know, they're running this narrative that there's a great competition on, you know. No. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Okay, we're just going to here and we'll have a look at some of the mistletoes, you see. As you can see this thing here, see the difference in the colour of the leaves here. Now this is a mistletoe, so it's an ectoparasite basically. And you can see others around too, but up there if you look closely, the difference in colour, but it really stands out like sore thumbs when you get the wrong symbiont on the plant sort of thing. So see those 2 up there, you can just about tell them, but we've got one up here which is a totally different one, and it stands out like or as we say in Australia, dog's balls. So yeah, this one up here, it's a blue gum one on the wrong eucalypt. So it's got all these blue gum looking leaves, but it's not. So yeah, that one up there, can you see that? So yeah, it looks stands out like a sore thumb because it's the wrong one. And you got this one here, up there, got ones here. And of course this area over here, back vistas, will become quite wet as we head towards the depths of the wet sort of thing. And I watched this thing here crumble over the last, wow, Been filming this on my videos since, go back to Mercury-Dendroid. I think it's falling apart very rapidly now. But you can go back to old footage, and it's quite substantial. Creek running down there, pretty dry at the moment, but we've had our first bit of rain, and you can start to see it out at the Liverwort site. Okay, so what's the thing about mosses, liverworts, and fern allies and ferns themselves? It's this thing called Poikillohydry. But they always seem to explain it the wrong way round, because the literal Greek translation is basically to make 1,000 times wetter, basically. So, and whereas they explain it as the fact that these plants can dehydrate by 1,000 times, basically, and go into a sort of hibernation, basically, and they can come back rapidly from this, in quotes, hibernation. And I normally go that way. I might take you over here and go up this way, up this little laneway, and see if the Ipomea is flowering, sort of thing. But you feel the vista over there. I was in two minds about going out because the sun was going in and out. So I thought, oh well, give it a go, and we'll test the difference between Adobe and RBG, sort of thing. RBG seems to be pretty good for, bright lightage, sort of thing. Gets the colours right for that. When you've got your settings on your colour grid worked out. But as we go into the, the duller months of the year, I tend to think I might have to go to Adobe. But it's just a theory at the moment I'm running. And I had like a mini pizza and a bun for lunch or something, so I'm trying to burn that off now. Okay, now, oh yes, the Ipomea is in flower. I have got my timing right. And this little silver banksia with its mini cones should be coming into fruition over the next few months. Yeah, we've got the Ipomea here, and I think they go dormant, don't they? Can't remember now. So we'll have to see. I think it's also got something else in it, like a cucurbit or something as well, hasn't it? I don't know. Or am I just confusing things? Anyway, back vistas, and we'll go on through here, and we'll come back via the other little laneway. So you might want to go back and look at my videos from, I think, 2016, I think it was. Mercury-Dendroid, just put in Merc, M-U-R-K, punch that into the channel, they'll pop up somehow. So, it's when I went through in a misty morning sort of thing, and we haven't had too many misty mornings over the last few years, because we're on the end of this, 22-year season millennial drought, which I think is going to break this year, because, as I said, the chill started coming off the Antarctic so early this year. We may actually get 2 normal glid cohorts in the season, and it might be the ending or breaking of the millennial drought. So we would normally then get 10 wetter years, and in the middle of those wetter years you get really wetter years, I think. So overall it's wetter, and in the middle of those you get the wettest years in that La Nina sort of thing, and vice versa with El Nino, and the dry and the middle years of that. So I don't know whether we're just going to go back to another normal 10 years of wetter years, or because we've had such an extended drought, colour check on, yellow and limey greens, I think. Colour check on this for the adobe, and whether we're going to have like 22 wetter years, I think that'd be fantastic for people wanting to come and see carnivorous plants in the wild. So if it does turn out to be 22 years, aim for the middle of those and you'll get some wetter really wetter years then. So yeah. Right. And they usually take horses through there. There's a horse trail and there's little markers that glow up at night time. So you can walk through here like I took my nightly walk last night and came through here. Yeah, back vistas. I'm on 49 area, which is good for walking. General Petraeus is good for in the car because it doesn't focus in and out. So I'm getting grips to the camera. It's about time this camera died now because I'm just about getting to grips with the general run of the mill of it. So the usual thing. A 4,000 page instruction book, it tells you basically bugger all. And none of the necessary things that you need to know basically to get straight out of the box good functioning footage or thing, you know. I really need to write a one-page little booklet to say you do this, this, this and this, boom, straight out of the box. You're filming and you're happy with it. That's really what you want. You want to be happy first and then build on that, you know. It's getting so much better all the time sort of thing. But no. And you get the odd false dandelion plants here hanging on, and of course they'll come back as we go into this new wet season. And we're going to walk down to this bridge area because I want you to make note of the colour of the soil at this time of the year, which might give you an idea or be an indicator of what's really going on in the soil as to when you see it during the wet and you think other things, I think. So, and they've got a new billboard up here, so we might go to Spot Cullen and quickly film that, and you can pause it at your leisure on the old YouTubers. And I notice they are leaving logs and other natural paraphernalia about for the birds, marsupials, skinks and lizards and whatnots and thingamabobs. So and they've got these new style of cardboard tubing now, so rather than the core flute or poly flute stuff. So hopefully it's biodegradable. Yeah, nibble it, Dano. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, now if we go to Spot Cullen, you should be able to film this, and I'll just go plonk, 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 and you can just pause it whenever I go plonk. You can pause it and see it, and of course get a general one of the photo or whatever. Hopefully, hang on, it's a landscape camera, so I'm probably not close enough. Yeah, I'm pretty close, you know. So forth and so on, back to there. Of course, our South Australian favourite is the fairy round, of course. Go down a lot of that down at the banana swamps in the south. Well, I suppose you call it southwest in a way, on the Flurio Peninsula. So yeah, back to normal 49 area. Please take used dog poo bags home or place in a bin. Don't just drop it in the park. Oh. There you go. Now, we go down here. Note the colour of the soil now. It's not your characteristic brown colour. So you know, it's a bit more silvery than you would normally think during the wet. So just keep that in mind as we head towards the liverwort site. Well, one of our major prominent, there are plenty of others in the neighbourhood, especially just follow the creek lines down. There's plenty of liverworts along the river banks. So yeah, when we get home and find that Adobe's buggered all the colours or something. I should have just stuck to the RBG. the Ruth Bader Ginsburg of the camera world. That's probably why they call it red, green, blue, so they don't confuse everybody. As opposed to RPG, rocket propelled grenade. But yeah, I've got to keep old table mountain live stream happy. He likes my foibles and my little quips. Every now and again I come up with a good one. A good one? You call that a good one? Okay. Yeah, I blame it on the pizza and the bloody bun I had to have. It'll take me half the walk just to get back to normal, and then the other half just to burn it all off. I have to do another walk just before tea, just get my appetite up. And you can see the slope there. I haven't really taken much notice of the slope in the past, whether there is some movement or shifting of the landscape. Don't know. But they've opened up the Happy Valley Reservoir, so I will be taking you on a nice walk round there, because they said it was flooded. Apparently they flooded a town under there. Used to be a banana site as well. So long distance, we might find some long distant remnants of banana somewhere around there if we look carefully. It'll probably be going rapidly heading into dormancy when we do get out there, and we'll have to wait a few months before it comes back from bud. But you know, we always like an epic, don't we? More back vistas. Okay, now we're coming up to this liverwort site, and I'll stop there and take this stone that's in my right crock out. That's where they tie the horses up. Geez, they've degraded. You look on the old mercurodendroid one, and they look so pristine back then. Yeah. Oi, fellas, you need to do some maintenance or remedial carbonisation. So you can't see it down there, but there are liverworts on the side down there. So you see there, they're sort of dry and brown, but they'll come up very rapidly with the major rains, and you'll see them. They'll be carpeting all this area here. That's all liverworts there, and they'll come back by this process known as poikilohydry, so they can imbibe themselves 1,000 times with water sort of thing. So it's like a mini sphagnum in a way. Sphagnum. And oh, here we go, we'll spot colouring. Here's a witchetty grub. What's it called? Pupae or something? The past tense of I don't know. There we go, one there. You want to let's see. Exterior carcass of a witchetty grub sort of thing, as it's molted off and turning back to that. So there's liverworts all over here, and you'll find them up here as well. Hard to believe at the moment, isn't it, fellas? But I'll just take you up here onto the looks like we might have an outfall there or something. There's nice dark soil there. I don't know, just someone getting rid of the gutter stuff, or was it running out of the gutter? Or something? Anyway, good to keep an eye on. Oh, just vistas going down there, and as you see, with the first rains that came last week, for basically one night time, from Tuesday into Wednesday, you can see there's been enough water coming through this soil to start